All right, guys. Preparing for the race tomorrow. State race. Cheld's back on the bike. I'm back on mine. So I haven't gone over these bikes in a long time. So the first thing is you always want to start from your rear and work your way to the front. So the first thing I do is I take these off, these 20 mil bolts, because I got to tighten up the hub. So I get these loose. Always keep your bolts together. Don't separate anything, just keep them like that. Put them to the side. Grab this end. This is the most common thing that falls apart if you have profile hubs, and I'm gonna show you right now what it is. That goes for all profile hubs. This is something you want to check. I've had this come loose once, and once I learned about that, then I always make sure it's tight. Put that to the side. Unhook your brake. Just drop right out. Okay, now, if you look at your profile hub, there's this nut right here. This little nut, it holds on your cog. This thing comes loose. What is that?
Mommy?
Oh. Ow. So, you want to get your park tool, HCW-15. First thing you do, stick this bad boy on here, like so, and make sure it's tight. Oh boy, look who it is, Mrs. Mia. Everybody's in my video today. Okay, so push it up against the wall. Have your belly holding it up against the wall, and then you want to crank it down. Make sure that bad boy is tight, okay? Make sure it's tight. Stick it right back up in there. Like so. Grab your 20 millimeter, or you might just have regular cone nut. These are actual 20 millimeter bolts. Supposed to be stronger, I guess. I don't know. Just want to screw those back on. Make sure they are flush. Like so. I just had a guy hit me up last night. He's like, gee, something's wrong with my profile hubs. And I was like, bro, check the nut that holds the cog. He checked it. That was the issue. His was loose. Now when you buy your profile hubs, they come loose from the factory. They don't tighten them. So if you don't tighten that, you will have a loose cassette. And you don't want that. You do not want that. Let's see here if I can pop this chain back on. There we go. And once you're done tightening that up, don't move on to stuff over here. Finish this area. Don't get distracted. Don't be getting on your phone. This is serious stuff. And if you screw up and you're racing or at a ride out and something pops off, you're gonna go flying. This is important. Your phone rings, let it ring. Boom, everything's tight. Now I can go text someone, okay? Good to go. Brakes back on. I'm no mechanic, guys. I just learn this stuff as I go. I watch a lot of YouTube videos too, just like you guys do. And I just end up learning stuff by taking stuff apart. And, you know, it's not that hard. You just learn. So, next thing, what I like to do is clean my chain. Now, people have different ways of doing this. I don't know which way is the right way. I think this is better. Yeah. So what I do, this is what I use. I use Superior lubricant. And you only have to use this probably once every freaking 6 months maybe on your chain. Superior lubricant. What I do is I just go like that. Lube the chain up and wipe her down. Don't get your hands caught in there. That way you don't have oil dripping everywhere. Again, this is how I do things, guys. I know there's so many different ways. Okay, so next, moving on. Don't want to use this to wipe the bike down. Get a clean one. Get your wipe down. Okay, wipe down as you go. Make sure your bike is nice and clean. Okay. The next thing you want to do, once you're done with the back half, is the middle. Do it in sections, okay? Check your pedals. Let's see. So this is a number 15 made by Ice Tools. It's a pedal wrench. Make sure your pedals are tight. Nice crank. Nice crank. Okay. Next step. Having the correct tools is also a plus. Next step is your chain ring bolts. Now, guys, I've seen so many people freaking cranks falling off, chain ring falling off. I put Loctite on these. I use blue Loctite. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. I use Loctite on mine. So what you want to do is get your tool. This is a CNW2, and this holds the back of your ring bolts. This holds the back. So you stick this in, and then see if I can show you the back. That's what the back looks like. You probably can't see it, but this sticks in here, and as you turn the other side, this holds it from turning. Okay. So crank that down. Good. Crank that. Good. Crank. Crank. Okay, good to go. Now, once you're done with that, I have a tool. Okay, so this right here is your M35 bottom bracket tightening tool. If you have box cranks, this is what you use to tighten your bottom bracket. But the bottom bracket's tight. I'm not worried about that because I just put these cranks on here. Got them from the neighbor. Just put those on. So yeah, what you would do is take off your crank, stick this over these ridges, and then you put a tool in the, I forgot what it's called. You put it in here, and then you turn it and make it tight. No big deal, easy. So next thing, once you're done with the middle, make sure your seat clamp. This is her warm-up seat post, so we'll deal with that when we get to the track. But make sure your clamps are tight, guys. Make sure they're tight so your seat don't fall off. Last but not least, the front. So basically, this is a front loader stem. So the bolts are in the front. You want to go over these. Make sure your handlebars are gonna stay in the stem and not on the ground. These are tight. Always go in a crisscross pattern. You go crisscross applesauce, okay? Make sure your pinch bolts are tight and snug. Okay. Make sure your brakes are snug. All you gotta do is push up on here. If it's moving around, if your lever's moving around and all that, then you need to tighten it. Your grips. Your grips should not twist, guys. Make sure they do not twist. Okay. Last but not least, where's my, I should keep all my tools in one spot so I'm not running around all over the place. Last but not least, get your Allen wrench, tighten your hub, make sure your hub is tight. Nice and tight. Then after you're all done, get air in your tires, guys. These tires take 110 PSI. It's crazy, yeah, 110 for these, but I only put 100. I only put 100. I don't put 110. I be getting scared it's gonna pop. Yeah, right there. $110 PSI. That's for these 20-inch maxi race tires. So after that, you're done. You're good to go. You're good to get out there and get first place. And that's the bike maintenance check for the PK Ripper. Same goes with my Flow Flyer. I'm about to do that next. Same thing right here. Do the same exact thing with that, and you guys should be good. All right, see ya.